Welcome back, welcome back. We have Amy Murray here, and she's with the Hospice of the Hills. And welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's your first time here. And,
it is my first time.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Sure,
Thank
you've
you
got a
for
lot of
having
good
me.
information for us to share.
I do.
About Hospice of the Hills.
And we visited a little bit prior to, during the break, about, this is something that is a need, but it's something sometimes people are scared to know about or to talk about, and hopefully you can alleviate some of that fear. And
Right. Well, Hospice of the Hills is a agency that cares for patients that are terminally ill. You have to have a life expectancy of 6 months or less. Of course, physicians and medical teams speak with patients and families, and they let them know exactly when it's time to be admitted to hospice services. We provide services in the home, which the majority of our patients want to be at home. We also have our hospice house facility that is here in Harrison, and patients and families can come to the hospice house and spend time there, whether it's something that we cannot control in the home setting, or if caregivers have some unplanned circumstances that they have to be away from the patients don't have caregivers. They can also come to the hospice house and have care there, one-on-one care with the nursing staff. And
you do have limited facilities or limited rooms there.
We have 8 beds. We have a new expansion at the hospice house. We went from 4 to now 8. We have hotel rooms that are available in the hospice house so family members can stay within the facility and not have to go to outside sources and be away from their loved one.
Wow.
So it's a really nice service that we provide. But like I said, the majority of the patients want to be at home where they're comfortable.
And you have staff that will do that.
We do. If a patient was to be at home with hospice care, we would provide all of the equipment that they would need, whether it be a hospital bed, oxygen, anything that they need that's going to make them feel comfortable. And then the caregivers within the home, whether it's a family member or either other agencies that come in, provide personal care and or care for the caregivers, because we don't provide 24-hour care in the home. So what would happen, the nurse would come in every single day if we needed to, check on the patient, make sure that they had all of the medications they needed. If there was any new issues, of course, the nurse would address that. We have health aides that come into the home and provide personal care. We have social workers involved and chaplains involved. So we don't just take care of the patient, we take care of the family. So, and then we also have service. We have volunteers within the community that are able to go and sit with the patient, people that come out and read to patients, maybe just sit and visit, just talk to them, because a lot of people are afraid, and they feel isolated. So we try to make sure that they have company and companionship to make them feel like they're having a quality of life. And we try to promote quality of life with hospice.
Now your volunteers, do they go through any training?
They do. They're trained volunteers. They go through the hospital, and there's a program that they go through to be able to be a volunteer. So it's really
Are
nice.
you needing more volunteers?
Always.
Always, okay.
Always. Always need
And
volunteers.
if you're a person that wants to volunteer and you just have just bits and pieces of time throughout the week, can that be used?
Yes. Our volunteers are strictly volunteers. Whether you want to be with a patient 2 hours a day or all day long, we do cover 5 counties: Newton County, Boone County, Searcy, Marion, and Newton. And we have volunteers that see all of those patients. So.
Now this is the 20 is Plenty program that directly benefits Hospice of the Hills, right?
Right. 20 is Plenty was for our hospice house, but it also helps with patients that don't have means. We're a nonprofit organization. So we do have patients and families that may not have an insurance source to pay for hospice needs. And so therefore we have charity care, which comes into play with the 20 is Plenty, and our community is wonderful. Thank you for all your support. And the 20 is Plenty will go to the patient's funding for hospice and to pay for what they need.
And that phone number, I think, is 741-2020? Or is it, is it
that is
active all through
year
round?
Or you can call 870-414-4100. And that is how you, if you have any information about hospice, is it time for me to go into hospice?
Okay, yeah.
Any questions, feel free to call that number, and we're available
And that's the
24
main, is
hours
that the
a day.
main
That is
switchboard?
the main
Okay.
switchboard.
And then there will be a vocal directory
Right,
of
and
where
they
to
can
go?
ask to speak with me and or any other nurse that is involved with the program. We can answer any
Okay.
questions that anybody would have.
Okay, sounds good.
Wow, thank you.
Well, yeah, we thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll have you come back sometime.
Sure,
and
sure,
If there's
anytime.
any great events, and
Right.
the 20s printing, when do they have that?
It's
During the
usually
year?
held in the end of September, 1st
during
of
the fall?
October.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, all right.
But
Well,
I'm
we'll-
sure they would take donations.
We take
year-round,
donations year-round.
obviously, so.
Yeah.
Year-round.
I wanted to put that out there because I know it's a big push end of the year, but you're
It
actively
is.
seeking
It
donations all the
is,
time.
it is.
And it looks like it benefits a lot of people.
Hospice
not,
is
not
a great
just, yeah.
service,
Yeah.
you know. For
And you're right in the middle of it.
I am right in
Right.
the middle of it.
Thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. More information at the end of the show about Hospice of the Hills, and we're going to take a break, and we'll have Amanda Smith and Chad Watkins here to talk about the Arkansas Climbing Service. Stay with us.